and this will be interesting content, I promise you. So sell them, keep this, simple as that. But what kind of way I should go, or should I just slam it on nice decent wheels and do an engine conversion? Potentially needs an engine, and you need to let me know which path to choose. And 50 miles per hour has just flipped it and smashed the original windscreen and the bonnet. That means the Alpena B12 will be brand new car. Like, it's not rust bucket whatsoever. Raise your hands up, who likes these headlights? Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're doing well, because we finally have some decent weather down in the UK. As you can see from the thumbnail, we are doing a garage tour 2.0. And you also see I haven't forgot about E38s. They're all in the yard. And now we're gonna do a small tour around the yard, show you what's what, regards to every single car, what's in the yard, keep you updated what's going on overall on the channel. And also, yeah, you can also compare with the 1.0, which I've done last year in December, I think. Yeah, we done a garage tour, yeah, somewhere in December, and this will be, that's why it's obviously called 2.0. And you see what's been changed over the year. So sit down comfortably and let's start. So where should we start? Should we start inside or outside? Let's do outside, because at the moment it's probably 3 o'clock and in a couple hours it's gonna get dark. So let's do outside first, and then I'll show you inside what's going on. So let's start with that corner over there. Follow me. So this corner, I'm not sure what was here last time. I think, oh, the Sprinter van and one of the 7 Series, but I've decided to do this corner will be parts cars. That means 1, 2, 3, we got 3 E38s and 1 E36. E36, I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do, because that's a quite clean shell, but front end damage. Maybe gonna do a track car one day, if not just gonna scrap it. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, we have just a parts car corner. So we've got 4 cars over here, nothing special, so let's move on. Here we got customer's 840 Ci, which is in for manual conversion. It's pretty much done. We're just waiting on prop shaft, that's why it's parked outside. Soon as the prop shaft gonna arrive, we're gonna finish the video on that, and that'll be probably next what you're gonna see in regards to this car. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in manual conversion on 840 Ci. Then we have a Kiddle, yeah, I think you've seen it last year, whoever was with us from very beginning. This is the 750 IL. Only recently found out it's actually low mileage. Well, should be, judging by the interior, because on the clock it shows 205,000 miles, but I've looked on service history. There is invoices from BMW in 2001. 1 year, on the same year, there was a 14,500 miles, and then suddenly it was 155. I don't know, at the time maybe owner didn't bother or what, but judging by the interior, it's actually very low mileage. Well, looks like very low mileage, and ideally this car needs to be gone, because I've recently done MOT, done welding on jacking points and brake pipes, SLS pipes, some other bits and pieces, so she runs fine. Maybe needs a touch here and there to be perfect, but any of you interested, hit me down Instagram or email, whatever. I'm asking for it £7,000. It's basically fully loaded, has rear picnic tables, entertainment pack, individual, like extended leather, all that stuff. If you're interested, hit me down and I'll give you more information. This 750 long wheelbase will stay with me for a while, because I bought it as an investment maybe 4 years ago, maybe more. It's only done 42,000 miles. It's currently MOT, nothing's wrong with it, starts and drives. Do use it once in a while just to get it running, but apart from that, that's it. and the typical headliner started to sag, but I'll sort that out whenever. Just as I said, try it once in a while, so it's more or less still solid, you know, if that makes sense. Let's move on. Well, this is the customer 750. He uses my yard as a storage. Yes, I know you're watching at the moment. This car has been here for maybe over a half a year. I've done underneath restoration. What else? Now he's doing a headliner, and then it's gonna go maybe a month's time for respray here and there. Nice 750 Oxford green, very clean for the age and the mileage. So, but yeah, and he took my 777 plate. You watch me. Here is customer 728, came down from London. That's pretty much done. Just waiting one part, fan shroud from a BMW. That's on back order, so he's not really fast at the moment, but it's all running. I've done a couple suspension work on it. I mean, the car looks a bit trashed, but I'm guessing in London, if you use it daily, that's what you get. I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong, because this one comes from London as well, was parked on the side of the road. Let's say this side was facing house side and this street side, and he said there was already a couple scratches, we wasn't there and blah blah blah, so it's just part of a London life, I guess. At the back I got stripped 750 shell, but only reason why I'm keeping it, because this is only 750 shell I have at the moment. That will be main donor for the Alpena B12, because well, there's few differences regards to either 728 or 740. So let's say pipes and clips and stuff I'm mainly going to use from that car. That's why I'm not scrapping it yet. Right, Sprinter self-built campervan. As you remember, last year it wasn't running. Now it's running fine. I still haven't done MOT. It was an ECU issue, but now it starts and drives. I want to sell that as well. If someone interested, it cost me over, well, me and my mate built it. It cost me us maybe over 12k, but I think I would like 6 for it at least. I mean, it starts and drives. As you saw, interior is like in livable condition. Not tip-top job, but that was many years ago we done it, and just no time to use it or whatsoever. Maybe if it doesn't sell, maybe you can use once or 2 times in the summer, because I only used it 3 times. Took it down to Europe, but not much, nothing else. And then someone tried to steal it, messed up with the ECU and stuff, and I bought another ECU that turned out to be messed up. So it's a long story short, ECU fault, which is fixed now. Maybe you remember this 740, 1995, clean shell. Finally done the engine swap. Now it's running. It's an M60. This is going for sale as well. What it needs, maybe just detailed job here and there to make it clean, I guess. It's MOT'd already. Probably not gonna come with a plate, because I only recently found out what the plate means in Albanian. If you know, you know. What else? Yeah, that's it regards to that car. Nothing special, not much to talk about. Then we have a parts car 750, which been bought as a half stripped car. Nothing special, it just came along, and I'm probably gonna scrap it soon. Just take a couple more parts off and that's it. It had the M70 in it, sold the gearbox, still got the M70 engine if in case someone needs it. But as you can see, most of the valuable parts are already gone. This is the E34 525 Sport. It used to sit over there, and now it sits over here. This is the car I want to keep and maybe one day restore it. The engine-wise, everything's fine. It needs welding. I got black sport interior to go in, and then yeah, maybe here and there again welding, suspension bits and stuff like that. I haven't decided what kind of restoration I'm gonna do yet, because at the time this being bought maybe 6 years ago for £600, believe it or not, and I'm not really bothered whatever's gonna happen to it, because there is already some value in the engine, LSD diff. So but I want to save it one day, so it's just a matter of time. As I said, I do try move them once in a while here or there, clean it up, make sure it doesn't get worse, but knowing my schedule once in a while is a bit tough. But as I said, if I would pay silly money for it, it'll be a different story. But at this stage, because it was cheap car, so I thought it might stay here in the yard for a while, you know, whatever's gonna happen. So now we have a BMW 735, which been recently bought as well, quite cheap. Meant to be parts car, but still haven't decided. It has a reverse issue, drives forwards fine. It's only done 74,000 miles, nothing special, maybe chrome line interior, style 32 alloys, I think Orient blue. Haven't decided what to do with it yet. I mean, I guess it's worth saving because it's all running and stuff. Apart from the reverse issue, it's sort of like you select the reverse. When it's actually hot, reverse is fine, but when it's cold, it doesn't want to roll backwards, if that makes sense. And yeah, so still sits here at the moment. As I said, it was cheapish car, so I'm not fussed as well at the same time. Remember this? I have a separate video regards to this E23. What I've done, to be honest, I've done nothing. It doesn't need much, like front calipers sorting out, maybe fuel pipes here and there, and 2 rust holes underneath the wings. And that's about it, maybe detailed cleaned. And yeah, I can't decide what to do with it, to be honest, because in the same time, maybe do some, as I said, do some restoration on it, like slide. As I said, it doesn't need much, but what kind of way I should go, or should I just slam it on nice decent wheels and, I don't know, do an engine conversion? But in the same time, everything is time and money, and you just can't decide which way to go, because in the same time we got another stuff to do. I do, as I said, move it once in a while, so it doesn't get too seized up. But yeah, let me know down in comments, what do you think? What should I do with it? Which way to go? And to be honest, from all of these cars which you're gonna see, let me know what do you want to see more than anything else, you know, like, because I've noticed you lot guys love the old school stuff. I think this one you've seen as well last year. The shell is completely rotten. The only reason why I'm keeping it here, because interior gonna go into another E34. Got M50 2.5, which is fine, and that's about it. I've sold the bumpers, something else, small bits in here and there. Yeah, mainly it's like a storage, and I don't really, it's all the panels are rusted, so I already bought it like that. Wasn't a lot of money, so I thought, why not, you know. I mean, only reason why I bought it, because of black leather interior, sport, gonna go into that, because that used to be a cloth interior, and it was ripped, so this interior would be spot on for that one, because the shell on that one is much cleaner. Remember this car? This is a free BMW 750, the video I made where I picked it up and done another Alpena B12 transportation. And anyway, this came literally free, if that makes sense, because the previous owner started to strip something in the boot, some other stuff, and he said afterwards it didn't start, and I still need to give the wheels back to him, because but he's not in rush for it. I already sourced another wheels for it. But when I picked it up, I put some modules back in the boot and managed to start it. So it's now starts and drives fine. Needs attention to detailed stuff like respray here and there. One picnic table was missing, so I sourced what did I source them? Wood trims at the back, another trims basically behind the seats. What else? And yeah, that's about it. But I haven't decided which way to go with it, because there is a potential plan with it, and you need to let me know which path to choose. I can either fix it up, invest whatever it needs, do a couple maybe videos or whatever, and she's good to go. And the current value maybe is what, I don't know, like depends if what you do with the bodywork, maybe 10 grand, maybe a bit less, I don't know. It all depends how clean you make it and all the rest of the stuff. But there is another option which I will really consider, and I'm not 100% sure yet, and that is do it completely up, spend whatever it needs doing, let's say make it mint. And because you know my Alpena B12 needs an engine, which I still haven't decided which road should I take. Should I board the 5.4, buy aftermarket pistons, or make it, I don't know, like 5.7 that way, or should I buy the bullet and buy everything from BMW, like the block, the crank, the whatever 5.7 needs, and obviously do it that way. But that's gonna cost, by the time you finished, probably 25,000 ish approximately. And I thought, okay, if this came for free, I do this one up, and let's say do some sort of a raffle, you know, like you pay at £10 per ticket or whatever, you have a chance to get this car, or obviously if you don't win it, either way that money gonna go towards the Alpena B12 engine build. So this is one of things I was thinking, because I don't know, I just still haven't decided which way to go regards to that engine. But either way it's going to be stupidly expensive, so I'm leaving it for last, sort of last episode, that. And yeah, let me know down in comments, is this a good idea? Let's show you next one. Oh, this one, you know, nothing special. This is, now it's trashed parts, like trashed track car. I mean, I do once in a while that drifting. It's a E36 4.4 V8, which we done like in 2 weeks. I mean, it's bodged car. It does the job. It's not the prettiest build, if that makes sense, because we just rushed the things up. We don't have a CNC machines where you make the nice beautiful brackets or laser cut and stuff. We had a welder, skip full of metal, parts laying down here and there, and we made it more or less in 2 weeks thanks to my mates. So you've seen this one anyway. Parts car E60 530D, nothing special. One of my mates crashed it and offered to me. I thought, fine, strip it down for parts, because the impact was quite hard at the front. This is quite special, as you can see. Well, currently not special yet, but it has nothing in it. And guess what's gonna go in? S62, baby. Because yeah, we already took the old engine out, because we had to supply and fit another customer 740, which was non-runner. So we swapped that, all the job done, she's gone. Now we're just gathering a bit more parts on the S62, and this will be interesting content, I promise you. This will be one of one, probably S62 with the afterwards Pandem body kit. The car itself, nothing special, but the shell is quite clean, and you don't want to, like, that kind of swap and body kit, you don't want to you don't want to ruin the nice car, if that makes sense, because this one was just the standard SC M60 840 Ci. So, but the shell is clean, so this is the one which will have a 62 in it. 735 with 62,000 miles. Pretty much everything is done, serviced, new fuel tank. Do use it once in a while, but this currently is for sale if anyone wants. Individual with nice leather interior here and there, style 32s, and yeah, just nice decent car. Still just waiting on a body shop. She's gonna go to a couple tiny rust spots to be sorted and not much else. So anyone interested in 735, 8.5K, take it. X5 E53, only bought it because it was cheapish, and turns out it had the snap timing chain, but already fixed, nothing's wrong with it. Just need to do MOT because it runs out in 20 days. That's about it. Yeah, only basically bought it, fixed it, gonna change whatever it needs for MOT, and she's for sale. 3 grand. If anyone wants a decent car, let me know. My missus' temporary car, if that makes sense, because as you know, last time she had the 120D. She's been a good girl. She slightly upgraded, but only temporary. She doesn't really like it a lot. This one was as well bought because timing chain snapped. It's a 535D M57 twin turbo. Yeah, as I said, it was snap timing chain. I just rebuild the head, change the valves, new timing chain kit, and she's running sweet. She's been using for a couple of months now, but potentially sold to one of my mates who crashed the 530D. And yeah, as soon as he's gonna pick up this one up, she's probably gonna get something else. I don't know if she's gonna be a good girl. This one is a customer's 840 Ci, recently picked up. Has an issue with something to do with overheating. He bought it. Yeah, basically bought it, and he asked me, can I pick it up and sort the issue out? Potentially needs an engine, I reckon, because it pressurizes a lot. So I only picked up like a day ago, and she's been sitting here at the moment. Let me know down in comments if you want to see some work regards to this car, because as I said, it potentially needs an engine. So I don't know, I haven't investigated a lot, but I can see already someone changed the water pump, I think radiator. The fan shroud seems to be smashed, so I guess the viscous fan blow up and then it overheated, and now that's it, engine is kaput. But yeah, let me know if you in comments below if you want to see some content in regards to 8 series. I know lately many 8 series came in, but I don't know, for some reason. I mean, I have more to show you afterwards, but we'll get back to it. This one, my lovely workhorse. I love this E53 as a workhorse. It's just, you can't replace with nothing else. She's done nearly 300k miles. Recently installed the IS body kit, Le Mans wheels. I finally changed the bonnet, my black pre-facelift bonnet, because as you know, I've pulled that was a couple of years ago. I pulled the lever, left it, sort of like forgot about it. Evening, went down the road, and 50 miles per hour just flipped it and smashed the original windscreen and the bonnet. So I had temporary solution, pre-facelift black bonnet, but now she have IS body kit with the proper facelift bonnet. I love this car, the best car ever, I'm telling you. So raise your hands up, who likes these headlights? Probably no one. This is a 735, which came in as a part exchange for one of my other 2 BMWs. That was in December. I can't decide what to do with it. It's got timing chain rattles, basically need timing chain guides. 735 Sport. Not sure, should I strip it or should I repair it and sell it on? Can't decide, but yeah, it has some special edition headlights and special edition exhaust. So At the moment, it just sits here, does nothing until I decide what to do with it. By the way, anything to do with this rubbish on the side, nothing to do with me. It's all landlord stuff. And I still don't know whether I'm gonna stay in the unit or no. Still ongoing issue with the council. So at the moment, it's just quiet. I'm just carrying on with my work, but we will see. 8 series, everyone knows. There is few people ask me the parts, but I'm like, I definitely want to sell interior and stuff, but I'm not really sure. Should I sell them like rare and common parts, if that makes sense? Because you'll find out in a minute why. Well, I might just tell you now, because I bought another 8 series. Yes, we'll come back to it. And I thought, if I'll need something, that's it. Let's say if I'm gonna sell something from this, I'm screwed. I'll probably pay triple the price, because some of them specific parts are just like mental money, are just crazy. And I already used whatever I needed for the blue one, so blue one is just waiting on the body shop, which is gonna go next week, by the way. But at the moment it just sits like that, so it doesn't really take any space. It just sits on the trailer, and if I really need something, I just go and get it. But at the moment, as I said, not really fussed. E30, you probably know, you've seen a couple of videos regards to E30, done a bit of welding here. Then customer said, okay, leave it for now. At the time he wasn't sure either to do the bottom of the windscreen panel, but then he said yes. Now I bought a panel. By the way, if you're gonna order one from BMW, you need to tell the chassis number, because that's where the VIN is stamped. Now next step will be taking the windscreen out and welding the panel on, and yeah, then the welding side is done and just needs, I'm guessing, servicing here and there, because the customer said he's not in a rush, but wants to do in stages, bit by bit, because he can't afford to chuck whole money straight away. So at the moment it sits there, but next stage will be the windscreen panel. Right, this is the recent purchase. I bought it because like you must admit, it was a sort of a good deal, and considering the inflation, I thought surely you better invest money somewhere like this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but well, the car is more or less solid, doesn't need much. It's not as bad as the blue one, but already done exhaust. Maybe we'll need to do fuel pipes and just general service here and there. Let me know in comments below if you can see some content in regards to this, or you tired from 8 series. Because I already started, I took the sumps off, I'm gonna do oil changes, maybe powder coat the front subframes, here and there, just make it decent, presentable condition. In general, like, it's not rust bucket whatsoever, so I thought, might just, as I said, considering the inflation, invest money like old school stuff. What do you reckon? Did I done the right choice? I reckon yes, but correct me if I'm wrong. First unit currently sits, well, serves as a storage. 2 cars here. This one you've seen, this one you've seen. As I said, this one's gonna go to body shop next week. This one, I've read up quite a few comments regards last video on this V10 I have. You're actually quite right. I'd rather sell a few of the 7 series, which I got quite few, and keep this one rather than keep a few 7 series and don't have none of the V10s. So yes, you're right. Like where I was before, should have just, because I got E38s quite few, so sell them, keep this. Simple as that. That's what I'm gonna do, at least for now. The 8 series, yes, you've seen, many of you. The plan is, because you've seen the Dakar yellow, it needs underside restoration, because that's the car I want to keep pretty much for a very long time. So I'm gonna leave the Dakar Yellow part in the garage at the home, and as soon as this is gonna be resprayed, probably gonna use this in the summertime to shows and stuff, and then maybe in winter time she's gonna gonna go for sale. Same as the silver one. Once that's done, that's probably gonna go for sale as well. And yeah, that's about it. Not much to see, just parts and engines here. As I said, this is like more or less storage side at the moment, or a long-term projects on this ramp, and quick jobs is in the middle workshop where is a 4-post ramp. That's like in and out stuff. And yeah, we got a third unit. There is another 7. Right, sorry, a bit dark, but this is velvet blue 750. I'm not sure you can see the color right. Like, you probably seen it last year on the first garage tour, because at the time this was a customer's car. Basically what happened was he done some repairs in different garages far away. They charge him like £3,500, and 60 miles later he broke down. Then he took it to me, and turns out it was engine wiring loom, all fixed, all nice. And he lives in central London, and it basically he didn't need this car because he's got another 740 which is very nice, and I ended up buying this one, yeah, over a year ago. And I thought, okay, what am I gonna do with this one? He had a nice individual leather interior, but he had a beige carpet, so I thought I'll replace beige carpet for the black. That's why it's inside here. Slowly just come doing sometimes something to it, but not constantly. And yeah, once the black carpet will be in with all the plastics, and I'm just gonna leave the cream white leather with all the purple piping whatsoever, and she'll be looking more individual and nice inside, you must admit, because the beige carpet wasn't restorable anymore. It just was like dark and dirty always looking. Yeah, but this is more or less storage as well, because you know this where the Alpena B12 was sitting and all the welding being done. E-Ferry will be the next which gonna come here, and obviously panel will be replaced. So yeah guys, we're gonna finish the last bit of the garage tour in the office, which you haven't seen in the first episode, which was over a year ago. This been built last summer. So this was like small chill out area, half office, half of the canteen, just to get away from a dirty unit, something in the clean environment, if that makes sense. There is 4 E38s which is not here. That's my 740, the one I love, the one and only, why everything started, if you ever seen the question and answer video. And 2 left-hand drive 750s, one's from California. I don't know what to do with that, to be honest, because I potentially will need a left-hand drive parts car. So maybe I'm gonna sell it complete, maybe I'm gonna strip it down for parts to save the Alpena, because obviously, as you know, Alpena is a left-hand drive. And the Rockstar 750 left-hand drive, that needs a underside restoration, and 740 more metallic, that potentially will be keeper. Currently just parked up in other place. Nothing's wrong with them, just in a safe environment, sitting there. Oh, and yeah, there is a E46 M3 which sits at home, and yeah, that's about it. You are up to date. Yeah, and the last bit is regards Alpena B12 update. Yes, still at the body shop, slow progress. There's only one guy is working on it because he doesn't trust anyone else. But at least he's doing a good job. That means every single, well, currently just doing underside and the engine bay. whatever you see there was any tiny rust, whatever surface rust, everything's been cleaned, primed, and doing stages. So obviously you can see quite a few photos now. And yeah, that's about it. Another thing I want to mention regards to Patreon. Whoever in the last episode was saying, "Oh, stop asking people for money to fund your collection." First of all, none of these cars whatsoever, all of them being bought either few years ago or before the YouTube whatsoever. For example, M5 was being bought nearly 4 years ago. Just literally none. The YouTube at the moment is a hobby, if that makes sense. Hobby and maybe bit of advertisement. And that's about it. As you can see, the subscribers not a lot. I mean, slowly gaining, trying, but as you know, all the filming, editing, all that stuff takes loads of time, and I'm not in that position where I can do it very full time. I'm trying my best, but we're still working loads on customer cars, and that's why we can't obviously put the content straight away out there literally every single week. So that's why I was asking, oh, if you support the channel, you like what we are doing, sign up for Patreon. Not because to fund my cars or whatsoever. All them cars been paid for my hard-earned money, which I've been here in this unit 24/7 years ago, or like 7 days a week whatsoever. Hope you understand, but in the same time, haters will always gonna hate. It's part of a game, I understand. But yeah, that one comment, I was quite annoyed about it. But as I said, just trying to explain the situation. Hope you understand, and yeah, obviously keep you update whatever happening outside the yard, and then yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Leave the comment below whatever I asked regards to that 750, which one was for free, because I reckon that's a good way to fund that expensive 5.7 engine. That means the Alpena B12 will be brand new car. I'll leave the picture now. You'll see it, how it's gonna look. You're more or less gonna see how it's gonna look underneath, because every nut and bolt will be zinc plated underneath, should look like spotless. And yeah, if the engine will be brand new, rest of the car will be brand new. That's it. You can't do anything better. So that idea regards to free 750, I think should work out. Leave the comment below. I need to know your opinion on that. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. We are growing slowly, getting there, and it's just a case of time when we're gonna be there. Thanks guys, keep in touch.